your fantasies. I can be a star, make the shine so bright. Welcome to my dungeon.
Welcome to my dungeon. This is ecstasy. Y'all hear that voice?
Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be a star, make the shine so bright. Welcome to my dungeon.
Welcome to my dungeon. This is ecstasy.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ.
And it's your boy, Corey.
Back like we never left. And y'all, we are back in the building with another pull-up session. Today, we're going to be jumping into another serious topic. We're going to be checking out Walter Williams. He's going to be talking about the meaning
A pull-up
of the
session?
Confederate flag. Walter Williams, I know he's an author.
Mental acuity.
He's taught probably longer than I've been alive. So, a lot of things that...
Political correctness movement and the sudden cry of cultural appropriation from self-proclaimed allies of minorities.
Whenever you hear allies,
we should ignore
run. The allies are the racists. The allies are the indoctrinators.
When people say to me, well, Williams, you can't say that. Oh, I say, well, damn if I can, because the First Amendment of the United States Constitution guarantees me the right. And so I think that what we ought to do is ignore these people that are demanding that we change our language to accommodate some particular values that they might have.
Front page of the New York Times recently was this article about Halloween.
What do you got to say, Asia? What you got to say? Huh, girl? With that beautiful voice. Let me say this. Shout out to Asia and BJ and many other people on the platform alike that I've already given props. Thanks to for having the courage to like watch videos, I guess. I think too many people are too pissed. Too many people are too aware. Too many people are too open to the indoctrination that has been exposed about how far their tentacles reach. A lot of it is on part their fault, especially when it gets to dealing and messing with normal people's lives. Yeah, you've already done that. The gas prices can't be explained away. Record high gas under Obama. I remember. Wasn't political under Obama. Would have voted for him. I remember all my friends in high school, they all had like t-shirts like Obama. This was back when shorts were extremely baggy and t-shirts were extremely baggy. Like everybody's wearing all the tight shit now, but it was a big deal. My high school was very diverse, from a city that Greeks mainly established and incorporated, one of the biggest cities throughout America, really, and they created the sponge trade in Tarpon Springs, Florida, which is West Coast, Pinellas County, Central Pinellas County, the thumb of the thumb. So a peninsula on a peninsula. One of the most densely populated counties with the amount of people packed in to like this tight space. So Obama was important, but the community didn't get any better whatsoever. And I wasn't political, so I didn't really notice or see it. I started to notice a lot more of these hate crimes happening on campus, because you had the rednecks, you had the black dudes, you had like kind of like the goths. You had your typical, diverse crowd, right? But nothing really seemed to get better. And senior year, I realized that Obama wasn't doing shit. I wasn't political at all whatsoever, but I realized that it's all a game. I had questions in 7th grade. I had questions when the planes struck the towers. I had questions when my teachers were crying and we were in lockdown in Florida. I was scared, right? We all remember where we were. You remember that? Kamala Harris? Didn't she say that? We all remember where we were during these tragic days, right? January 6th. Didn't she reference... She basically... Yeah. I slowly started to wake up. People are slowly starting to wake up.
Political correctness. Like, how many fights and arguments do you think people get over to, like, have over trying to be politically correct? I feel like even since we've done this, like, the comments and the feedback, there's
Great question. I could ask the same towards you and BJ. I could ask you, Asia, and you, BJ. How many fights have you seen in real life that were based about political correctness? 0? 1? As I was speaking earlier, my old ass, when I was in high school and Obama was elected, things were looking up, right? Because there was a black, all the black kids, the whole hood came with Obama, everybody was so happy, right? United? No. Maybe a little bit. As a white dude who always hung out in Section 8 housing, I had friends in Section 8. I was profiled myself by the police. I grew up in Tarpon Springs, Florida, Pinellas County. Small, corrupt, very corrupt police department. So corrupt. Numerous times it was tried to be voted out to where the sheriffs took over. The Pinellas County sheriffs. I would much rather deal with the Pinellas County sheriffs. I've had way better interactions with them. Whatever, I'm just bitching here. I'm just a white guy bitching about my skin and being harassed by the police because of my skin, because I guess a white kid's not allowed over on that side of the highway. Normally, they call it the train tracks. The train tracks, right? They always say, the other side of the train tracks. That's more Midwest shit. Midwest, where I grew up, the other side of the train tracks is what our parents always told us not to go to, because in Clinton, Iowa, the train ran, along the river, and you could get swept into the current, or, there's just, shit that happens, on the other side. You don't want to be over towards the river unless you're with your brother, which I was with my brother a lot over there. But we still went over the train tracks. I still went over the highway. My nephew and niece are both mixed race. And that's why I care so much about people like Asia and BJ.
overload of, you know, great comments, but then there's some that are just like, why are y'all even putting this on your channel? Like, you know, you should do da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, well, give me something to go look at. Like,
yeah, and the thing with us is like, I'm not trying to necessarily be, just like he's saying, I'm not trying to be politically correct. I just want to be able to dive into it and take it.
You guys could be so much more blunt about it. And maybe I'll do that real fast, right? I don't want to. Ain't nobody finna see this video. Anyways, nobody sees videos of the hawk. The Iowa hawk. People are just pussy. What'd she just say before this? How many fights over political correctness? How many fights over political correctness? Maybe I'm just from a family that's not politically correct. I hear a lot about this like white privilege shit, and see on TV like a lot of like the characters of like how these white kids grow up. I didn't have that, and I'm not complaining. Just like a lot of people don't complain, right? It takes a lot to use the negative shit that's happened against you in your life, the negative shit that's happened, the spite, the anger, the pain, the resentment. I think it, in my, in my case, I think you learn to deal with shit just at an early age. And it doesn't really relate to politics, but it kind of does in the same way, because these people have corrupted us all. They've corrupted us. I can't speak for the actual kids who had white privilege, and when I am speaking about them, I'm talking about the kids when middle school turned into high school. The zoning allowed them to go to East Lake High School, which is on the other side of Lake Tarpon, and us to go to Tarpon High School. East Lake High School, everyone over in East Lake, like I had a lot of friends, they were rich. They had white privilege. They got a QX45 Infinity after they got their license. They just had to not fail a drug test. What did they do? They failed drug tests. Got it taken away, maybe a day or two. Bitched and moaned. Got it back. Wrecked it a little bit. That's white privilege. So I'm going on.
What it is and understand everything.
And really just get an honest perspective from both sides.
From both sides. From both sides. An honest perspective. A perspective from the left and a perspective from the right. The problem is there is no honest perspective that comes from the left anymore to this day. Because as Elon tweeted, and we all have said, and so many people have noticed, the left has shifted. So that means that if you were center 5, 6, 7 years ago, kind of like me, like I never really knew, if you were center, you shifted. They're telling you that, like, oh, the right has gone. So the right just, they wanted abortions to stop in the 90s, right? Nothing's changed. The left, they want control of your life. People are realizing it. That's why I love these two. Because they're unboxed. They're free to say what they say.
Then let me figure out kind of which direction I want to go. But as of
dive into it and take it for what it is and understand everything.
And really just get an honest perspective from both sides. Like, then let me figure out kind of which direction I want to go. But as of right now, y'all, like
Asia, that's a great point. You get these comments. You get these hate comments. Why are you checking this and that out? Send me another video. Like Doc Rich says, send me a video from the left. If I agree, I'll watch it. If I agree with it, we agree with it. The community can watch it. They're afraid to show their perspective and their points of view because they have been exposed. They won't engage. Like Van from LFR, when he started diving in to like Candace Owens, and Van particularly to me is important because I watched his channel and his Tom McDonald reactions 3 or 4 years ago, long time ago. Disagreed with a lot of stuff. He was kind of extreme. His awakening is amazing, just like watching you guys awaken. It's all great. It's all great.
You know, political correctness.
Yeah, I'm not for political correctness. I'm more along the lines of like, let me just say exactly how it is, exactly how I feel, rather than trying to say it in a way that's acceptable to other people's ears. You know.
Okay, what'd you just say?
Yeah, I'm not for political correctness. I'm more along.
Right there. You're out of your box. You're out of your box. You're a black American who's been through the struggle, who gets racially profiled. The system's against you. You have to be for political correctness, or else you don't have any power. That's what we've told you. Why are you...
Of like, let me just say exactly how it is, exactly how I feel, rather than trying to say it in a way that's acceptable to other people's ears, you know?
Because if they were politically correct, then a lot of things would be changing, including...
People would talk a whole lot differently in media. I mean, some people already talk with political correctness already, but yeah. I'm not one of those type of people because I just feel like
you can identify those types of people. Women and gentlemen, the flock has disengaged. This is Born a Hawkeye, Asia and BJ. Welcome to my channel. I love y'all. If you see this, I've been watching y'all for a while. Not sure how I found you. Probably Tom McDonald, like the others. And the only difference between Stevie Knight, Van from LFR, and you guys is I never really ever... you guys always kept... Not even politics. You guys just kept... You kept shit more like you didn't... You were more reserved. Like you would kind of hint here and there, but you didn't really go there. And I respected it. I respect if you guys never spoke out or touched on any of these subjects whatsoever. But I respect you even more that you have. From one hawk to another, we're all hawks. We're all flying and soaring above to get to our peak. We're all unboxed. We're free birds. Ladies and gentlemen, Asia and BJ, go check them out. Links in the description. I love y'all, Born a Hawkeye. Don't be politically correct. Don't be intimidated by the messages that they sent Asia. They've sent me, I've had terrorist death threats with information, like pretty personal information. Pretty personal information that Allah, I disgrace. Alright, I shouldn't talk no much more. Yeah. If you're not getting death threats, then you're not doing your job. Born a Hawkeye, born a flock. I love y'all. Peace out.